By 2026, living longer won't just be about one miracle pill. It will be about a stack of technologies quietly rewiring how we detect disease, repair damage, and even rewind parts of the aging process itself. From AI that reads your blood and voice for early warning signs, to digital twins of your heart, to gene therapies that literally tell old cells to act young again, the tools of longevity are moving from science fiction into clinical trials, devices, and at-home kits. So today, we're counting down 15 tech inventions that are set to redefine human longevity in 2026, from the most practical things you'll actually use to the wild frontier science reshaping how long we can stay healthy. Let's dive in. Number 15. AI-guided longevity kits at home. For decades, your checkup was a quick blood panel and a 5-minute chat. That's it. Now, a new wave of at-home multi-omics kits is turning your saliva, stool, and blood into a full-blown health dashboard. Companies are already selling hundreds of thousands of AI-powered test kits that analyze RNA expression and microbiome activity, then turn it into personalized nutrition and supplement plans, and even early cancer risk signals. By 2026, these kits won't just tell you if your diet is good or bad. They'll track how your biology is aging, which pathways are inflamed, and which levers actually move the needle for you: sleep, diet, exercise, or meds. The big shift: longevity stops being a vague idea and becomes something you can measure and tweak from your bathroom counter. Number 14. Over-the-counter glucose sensors for everyone. Metabolic health quietly controls everything: energy, cravings, heart risk, and dementia risk. Until recently, continuous glucose monitors were locked behind prescriptions for people on insulin. That gate is opening. The first over-the-counter CGM systems for people without diabetes have now been cleared, and early programs are already pairing these sensors with AI apps that coach you in real time on food, stress, and movement. By 2026, millions of people will be able to see how every meal, workout, and late-night snack hits their blood sugar in real time, not guess from a yearly fasting lab. For longevity, that means catching metabolic dysfunction years before it becomes type 2 diabetes, heart disease, or stroke, and giving people a feedback loop to fix it while it's still reversible. Number 13. AI wearables that catch silent heart disease. Heart disease is still the world's biggest killer, partly because early damage is quiet. No pain, no drama, just risk slowly building. In the last few years, smartwatches and wearable ECG patches have learned to detect atrial fibrillation and other rhythm problems with astonishing accuracy. And AI is starting to go even further. New models trained on hundreds of thousands of clinical ECGs are now able to spot structural heart damage using nothing more than watch data. By 2026, your watch won't just count steps. It'll run background checks on your heart function and ping you and your doctor if it sees patterns linked to heart failure or valve disease. Longevity impact: the earlier we pick up silent heart issues, the more years of healthy life we can save with simple interventions. Number 12. Voice biomarkers for early brain aging. Imagine checking your brain health by talking into your phone for 30 seconds. Startups and research labs are building AI models that use voice as a diagnostic signal, picking up micro changes in pitch, timing, word choice, and hesitation. These vocal biomarkers are already being tested to flag early cognitive decline, Parkinson's-like movement disorders, and even mental health shifts long before obvious symptoms show up. By 2026, you'll see brain health platforms where a simple voice test becomes part of your annual checkup or a background feature in telehealth apps. For longevity, that's huge. Neurological diseases are devastating, and early intervention is the one lever we know can slow the curve. Voice-based screening makes catching those problems frictionless. Number 11. Sleep and brain-hacking headbands. Sleep is one of the strongest, most underrated levers for lifespan. Bad sleep drives everything from insulin resistance to dementia risk. The next wave of brain-sensing sleep devices is moving beyond simple motion tracking. We're talking headbands and earbuds with EEG sensors, heart rate variability tracking, and AI that recognizes deep sleep versus REM versus microarousals. Some experimental devices even deliver gentle sound or electrical stimulation to deepen slow-wave sleep, the phase most linked to brain cleanup and memory consolidation. By 2026, sleep tech will look less like a gadget for biohackers and more like a medical-grade tool that can be prescribed, tracked, and tuned. When your brain gets consistent, high-quality sleep, the long-term payoff shows up in better metabolic health, lower inflammation, and slower cognitive decline. Number 10. Longevity co-pilot apps. Right now, your health data is scattered. Steps in one app, labs in another, diet in a third, maybe a smartwatch somewhere in the mix. Longevity startups are stitching this into a single layer. AI health co-pilots that sit on top of your wearables, medical records, biomarker tests, and even genetic data. Instead of you chasing 10 dashboards, one system quietly watches trends, flags anomalies, and suggests specific actions. Your inflammation and sleep debt are climbing together, time to adjust training and food. By 2026, these co-pilots will start to feel like personal chief wellness officers who are always on and crunching more data than any doctor has time to see. That doesn't replace physicians. It simply means your doctor visits start from a richer, longitudinal picture of how you're actually aging. Number 9, digital twin hearts. Now we leave apps and step into sci-fi territory, digital twins. Cardiology is leading the way. Researchers are already building patient-specific heart models that combine imaging, ultrasound, wearable data, and clinical history to create a virtual copy of your heart. That twin can be stress-tested in software, trying out different drugs, procedures, or pacing strategies before touching the real organ. By 2026, early versions of heart digital twins will begin to move from research projects into real clinical decision tools in major centers. For longevity, this is like having a flight simulator for your most critical organ. Doctors can see how your heart might behave in 5 or 10 years and adjust today's treatment to prevent tomorrow's failure. Number 8, whole-body digital twins. Once you can twin a heart, you don't stop there. A whole wave of research is working on body-on-a-chip and multi-organ digital twins, systems that combine virtual organs, circulation models, and drug metabolism into a single simulation. Recent prototypes can link a dozen or more mini-organs on a chip or couple organ data into software twins that predict how your body will respond to treatments. By 2026, these platforms will increasingly be used in drug development and toxicology instead of animal models, and in pilot clinical programs for complex patients. The payoff for longevity: fewer nasty surprises from new drugs, more personalized treatment plans, and a faster pipeline for therapies that keep people healthy into their 70s, 80s, and 90s. Number 7, disease-on-a-chip platforms. Before you ever touch a human, you want to know what therapy actually does to real tissue. Disease-on-a-chip systems grow human-derived cells like heart, liver, or nervous tissue in tiny devices that mimic blood flow and mechanical stress. Recent work has built chips for ALS, heart failure, and other age-linked diseases, capturing early disease stages that are hard to study in people. By 2026, these chips will be standard tools for testing longevity drugs, senolytics, antifibrotics, neuroprotective compounds, you name it. Instead of guessing from mouse data, scientists will watch how human-like tissues respond in real time, speeding up good candidates and killing bad ones sooner. That compresses the timeline between idea in a lab and therapy in a clinic. Number 6, regenerative heart patches and bioprinted tissues. For decades, if a heart attack killed part of your heart muscle, that was it. Scar tissue doesn't beat. Your reserve is permanently lower. That rule is starting to break. Researchers have already tested living heart patches grown from reprogrammed cells stitched onto damaged hearts and shown to thicken walls and improve contraction in animal models and early human cases. In parallel, 3D printing labs are learning how to print vascularized tissue structures, solving the hard problem of feeding thick tissue with blood. By 2026, regenerative patches and printed tissues won't be mainstream yet, but Phase 2 and 3 trials could be underway, particularly for heart failure and severe injury. If they work, they don't just treat disease, they restore lost function, turning what used to be permanent damage into something repairable. That's longevity in a very literal sense. Number 5, microbiome reprogramming platforms. Your gut microbiome talks to your immune system, brain, and metabolism constantly. As we age, that conversation often turns inflammatory. New platforms are using deep sequencing plus AI to map which microbes and microbial metabolites correlate with healthy aging, and which ones track with frailty, insulin resistance, or neurodegeneration. Some companies have already sold over 1 million microbiome-based tests, bundling them with precision prebiotic, probiotic, or dietary programs. By 2026, expect a second generation, targeted microbial consortia, and even engineered strains designed specifically to cool chronic inflammation, improve metabolic flexibility, or support brain health. We used to think of bacteria as passengers. Longevity tech is starting to treat them as a tunable organ. Number 4, senolytic drugs that clear zombie cells. One of the big villains in aging biology is the senescent cell, a damaged cell that refuses to die and instead leaks inflammatory signals into its neighborhood. They build up with age and are linked to everything from osteoarthritis to heart disease. Senolytic drugs are designed to selectively kill these zombie cells. Early human trials have already tested combinations like dasatinib plus quercetin in conditions such as pulmonary fibrosis, and a growing wave of senolytic and xenomorphic compounds is entering the clinic. By 2026, we're likely to see clearer data on which senolytics actually deliver functional benefits in humans. Better mobility, improved organ function, or slowed progression of age-related diseases. If even a few of these drugs work safely, they become a new class of aging process medicines, not just disease-by-disease band-aids. Number 3, AI-designed longevity drugs. Traditional drug discovery is brutally slow, a decade, billions of dollars, and a 90+% failure rate. And now, AI is trying to flip that script. Platforms like in silico medicine and other AI drug companies are using generative models to design new molecules, predict their properties, and iteratively refine them with far fewer experiments. Some of these AI-designed drugs, including those targeting age-linked pathways like fibrosis and inflammation, have already reached phase 1 and 2 trials. By 2026, we'll see a pipeline where the default for new longevity-relevant drugs is designed by AI, tested on organ chips and digital twins, then fast-tracked into human studies. This doesn't magically guarantee success, but if you can explore 100 times more chemical space in the same time, your odds of finding molecules that genuinely extend healthy years go up dramatically. Number 2, partial epigenetic reprogramming therapies. At the center of the aging story is epigenetics, the chemical marks and packaging around DNA that tell cells which genes to turn on or off. Over time, that pattern drifts, and cells act old, even if the DNA itself is intact. In animal studies, partial cellular reprogramming, briefly turning on some of the Yamanaka factors or similar programs, has reversed epigenetic age, improved tissue function, and even extended lifespan in mice. Early work in non-human primates and human cells shows rejuvenation of optic nerves, brain tissue, and other organs, with a growing focus on avoiding cancer risks. By 2026, the first tightly targeted human trials of partial reprogramming for specific conditions like eye or brain diseases are expected to be underway or ramping up. The idea is simple but radical. Instead of just treating damage, you tell cells to behave as if they're younger, and they start repairing themselves. Number 1, cell rejuvenation platforms and longevity moonshots. Finally, at the top of the list are the longevity moonshot platforms, the companies and research programs trying to build an entire stack for reversing aspects of aging. Backed by billions of dollars, groups like Altos Labs, Retro Biosciences, and other cell rejuvenation players are combining epigenetic reprogramming, gene therapy, AI-driven drug design, and automation to systematically target the hallmarks of aging. Their goal isn't just one pill, but a toolkit. Reprogram cells, clear senescent cells, repair tissues, and continuously monitor the body with biomarkers and digital twins. By 2026, none of this will be immortality in a syringe. but we'll likely see multiple early human trials, more first-in-class drugs in the pipeline, and clearer proof that we can move aging biology in a controlled way. If they succeed, the biggest invention isn't a single device. It's the idea that aging itself is modifiable. Put all of this together, and 2026 doesn't look like one magic breakthrough. It looks like a stack. On the front end, you have sensors and tests, wearables that quietly watch your heart and metabolism, voice and sleep tech that track your brain, at-home kits that read your microbiome and molecular age. In the middle, you have AI co-pilots and digital twins that integrate all of that data, simulate futures, and help doctors and patients choose smarter interventions earlier. On the back end, you have hardcore biology and biotech, Senolytics, cell rejuvenation therapies, organ-on-a-chip systems, and AI-designed drugs that don't just treat disease after it appears. They aim to shift the whole trajectory of how we age. Will everyone live to 120? Probably not. But if these technologies deliver even a fraction of their promise, 2026 will be remembered as a turning point. The moment we stopped thinking of longevity as getting lucky and started treating it as an engineering problem we can actually work on. And the most interesting part, this is still the early innings. The tools we build in the next few years won't just add more years to life. They'll decide how much life we can fit into those extra years.